So, we will begin with the first question. First is, whoever being legally bound by an oath or by an express provision of law to state the truth, or being bound by law to make a declaration upon any subject, makes any statement which is false and which he either knows or believes to be false or does not believe to be true, is said to have committed A. Contempt of court, B. An offence of giving false evidence, C. An offence of fabricating false evidence, D. None of the above. So, the correct answer is option number B, that is an offence of giving false evidence. So, for false evidence you have to read section 191 of the IPC. The next question is, A believes a particular signature on a document to be that of B, as A generally acquainted with B's handwriting and accordingly states so upon oath, but the signature subsequently is proved not to be of B. A has A. given false evidence knowingly, B. given false evidence unknowingly, C. given false evidence unintentionally, D. not given false evidence. So, the correct answer is option number D, that not given false evidence, because it is under the illustration C of the 191. So, example C you have to read of the 191 of the IPC. The next question is, X puts gold coins into a box belonging to Z with intention that they may found in that box, and that the circumstance may cause Z to be convicted of theft. What offence X committed under Indian Penal Code 1860? A. Fabricating false evidence, B. Giving false evidence, C. Committing abetment of theft, D. Committing cheating. So, the correct answer is option number A, that is fabricating false evidence. So, here you have like fabricated with the false evidence, and it has been given under section 192 of the IPC. So, for this you have to read section 192 and there you will get the answer. The next question is, A puts jewel into a box belonging to B with the intention that they may be found in that box, with the result that B may be convicted for the offence of theft. A has committed the offence under section 191 of the Indian Penal Code, section 192 of the Indian Penal Code, section 193 of the Indian Penal Code. A has committed no offence. So, the correct answer is option number B, that is 192 of the Indian Penal Code. So, now like here you have to see section 192, and this is the illustration A of the 192 which I have taken, and this was also asked in the examination of UP-PCSJ in 2012. So, this is a favorite question of UP-PCSJ, and so you have to look it once, and you can just go through the illustration A again in 192. So, it will be clear everything. The next question is, A intentionally gives false evidence in a stage of a judicial proceeding, under which section of the Indian Penal Code 1860 he shall be punished. So, the correct answer is, I will tell the correct answer before let me read out the options for you all. Section 192, section 193, section 194 and section 195. So, if you do not know, I will give you the right answer, but this was asked in the Rajasthan APO in 2015. The correct answer is option number B, that is 193, and this is like the punishment for false evidence given under section 193. So, the option is B. The next question is, under what provision of IPC giving false evidence is an offence? The options are section 190, section 191, C section 192, D section 193, and the correct answer is option number D, that is 193. So, giving false evidence is defined under section 191, but the offence is punishable under section 193. So, along with this, you have to see section 191 read with section 193. So, for 191 the definition is given, and for the punishment you have to see 192. The next question is, which one among the following offences under the Indian Penal Code is exclusively triable by a court of session? This is the important question, and it has been asked in the Bihar, UP, and also in MP. So, this section you have to remember, that is options are section 185, section 195, section 205, and section 215. So, the correct answer is option number B, that is section 195. So, you have to just remember that section 195 deals with the giving or fabricating with the false evidence. So, and the punishment for this is the life imprisonment. So, the punishment is also very rigorous, and you will be punished for the life imprisonment if you do the offence under section 195. So, the next question is, threatening or inducing any person to give false evidence is punishable under which section of the IPC? So, options are the section 191, section 192, section 195A, section 195. The correct answer is option number C, that is section 195A of the IPC. So, if you threat or induce any person, so you will be punished under section 195A of the IPC. Which section was incorporated into IPC by the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2005? The options are the option number A is 498A, B 153AA, C 229A, D is 195A. The correct answer is option number 195A. So, for this 195A deals with the threatening or inducing any person to give false evidence. The next question is, as per section 195A of IPC, which was inserted by the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2005, the offence of threatening any person to give false evidence is punishable. So, now this question deals with the punishment. The previous question was which section was inserted. So, I have told you it is 195A. Now, 195A deals with the punishment of A, imprisonment up to 7 years or with fine or with both. B is imprisonment up to 5 years or with fine or with both. C is imprisonment up to 3 years or with fine or with both. D is imprisonment up to 1 year or with fine or with both. The correct answer is option number A, that is imprisonment up to 7 years or with fine or with both. So, if you threat any person to give false evidence, you will be punished with the imprisonment up to 7 years. And this was asked in the Rajasthan APO, and this is the important question which you have to remember. The next question is, in presence of his wife, B, A causes a grievous hurt by a knife to C. B washes that knife and hides in her room with intention of screening her husband from legal punishment. So B commits an offence described IPC under A section 203, B section 206, C section 201, D section 212. The correct answer is option number C, that is 201. So like it is actually deal with the causing disappearance of evidence of offence or giving false information to screen the offender. This is also an important question, and you have to just go through these questions again, because these illustration becomes very important and example, and they are directly asked. For example, this was asked in the Uttarakhand CJ examination. And the next question is, A, knowing that B has murdered yet, assists B to hide the body with the intention of screening B from punishment. A is liable to A, imprisonment of either description for 7 years and to fine also, B, imprisonment for life, C, death sentence, and D is only fine. So the correct answer is option number A, that is imprisonment of either description for 7 years and to fine also. So here my point is that although this illustration may vary, because although the punishment is I have told that in the previous question, but the description is punishment is of 7 years, but you have to see which question and which example they are asking. So you have to keep all these in mind. The next question is, and it will be the last question of my this series, and by mistake I have shown you the answers also, but nevertheless I will read it again, the question for you all. A, knowing that B has murdered C, assists B to hide the body with intention of screening B from punishment. So A is liable for punishment. This is the again another method of punishing, and look at the examples again, because if you see that they have just named differently, but the question are similar, and if you revise it again and again, you will be able to answer it properly. So the options are A, 7 years imprisonment and fine, B is 7 years imprisonment, C 5 years imprisonment, D is 5 years imprisonment and fine. The correct answer is, I hope you all know this answer, and but still I have to tell you the right answer according to this question. The options are is answer number A, that is 7 years of imprisonment and fine. So this was the last second question of my series, and the last question is, Section 201 of the Indian Penal Code 1860 relates to the offence of A, using as true a certificate known to be false, B, using or signing false certificate, C, causing disappearance of evidence of offence or giving false information to screen offender, D, giving false information respecting an offence committed. So the correct answer is option number C, that is causing disappearance of evidence of offence or giving false information to screen offender. So here section 201 deals with this, and it is only with the causing disappearance of evidence of the offence, and also to give the false information to the screen offender.